employees at Campbell Soup Company in New Jersey asked their new president for a daycare center. In January 1983, they saw their dream become a reality. Every morning before work, Campbell Soup employees bring their children to the company's new on-site child care facility for the day. Inside, mothers spend a few last minutes with their children before the rush of the workday.
Bye, Peanut. See you at lunch. Okay? You be a good boy. Bye, Laura.
Bye, Mommy. Have a good day.
Let me have my kiss again.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Go back and be a good girl for Miss Sue. Okay.
A lot of companies don't care. It's that they figure it's the problem of the parent. And Campbell's has cared, and it made a lot of difference with the people in here. I think it's giving the company a positive image. I think a lot of people are really surprised and very happy to hear that a company is getting involved.
Nancy Sambucci was partly responsible for the child care center. As a working mother, she was constantly battling with unreliable babysitters and worrying over child care costs. Nancy is a research assistant at Campbell's, and the daycare center has changed her life.
If you know your child is okay and being taken care of properly, your mind is on your work. You're not thinking about them. You do not miss as many days personal for being your child, not having a babysitter or a place to go. The exciting thing is that anytime I miss my son, that I could really run over at lunchtime and see him. If he's sick or he doesn't feel well in the morning, I go over and I know he's okay, and then I feel better.
Eve Carr works as a secretary at Campbell's headquarters. She, too, fought hard for the child care facility. Though Eve would prefer to be with her two girls during the day, her family needs a second income.
I don't spend enough time with my kids. When I get home at night, I'm tired. And it's really an effort for me to sit with them and read them stories or to play with them. And I just feel like, just leave me alone. And so it's really hard, whereas if I were home, I'd have all day with them to be able to interact with them. Being over there all day, they get the physical activity with the teachers and with the other kids, and they get read to, and they get cuddled and all that during the day. So it's not completely being absent from their lives.
There are 50 infants, toddlers, and preschoolers enrolled here, though Campbell soon expects to be up to their capacity of 100 children. The company pays 50% of each child's costs, and parents pay the remaining $30 per week for infants and $25 for older children. Each age group is cared for according to their needs. Infants are diapered and fed regularly, and then bedded down for a nap. For older children, the day is very structured, with 2 meals a day and activities geared for them. And while routine is encouraged, there is still time for discovery and play. The trained staff here insists this is more than just a babysitting service. Preschoolers have classes that prepare them for kindergarten and first grade.
What color is the paper? Pink. What color are the lines?
Black.
The quality of the care is excellent. The teachers really care for the kids, and the things they learn are phenomenal. We were sitting at dinner a couple weeks ago, and Kristen, my 2.5-year-old, we were eating pizza, and my husband had cut it up in little, shapes for her and into smaller sizes. And all of a sudden, she looked at her plate and she says, "Triangle." And my husband and I looked at each other like, "What?" We thought it was just a fluke. And we said, "Well, what shape is your plate?" And she says, "Circle." And I said, "Well, what shape is the pizza box?" She said, "Square." And this is from a 2.5-year-old, and I was amazed.
A lot of times the parents have to chase after the kids to get them back because they don't want to go home. They want to stay, and it's a nice feeling to see the kids, happy. When they don't want to come home, they're happy where they've been all day.
Campbell spent $250,000 setting up their child care facility, but company president Gordon McGovern feels that's money well spent.
There's a lot of benefits today that people don't really touch and feel very well. I mean, something like a mother and a child, if she goes over at lunchtime, that's a very real benefit. This is personal. This is showing a response, I think, from the company that we are concerned about individual people and individual situations. And that's important.
Campbell's plans to expand its center and add a kindergarten and a special summer child care program. They've also opened up the center to local businesses that don't have child care facilities of their own.
What we're really doing is trying to adapt our working conditions to what is going on outside, with everybody's life. And things are changing. I mean, there are just a lot of different ways that things can be done today than the old way.
I'm thrilled. In fact, I even sent a letter to our president saying, you know, I'm finally proud to be a Campbell Soup employee. You know, it's really boosted my morale because this is something they did for their employees. It's of no real benefit to Campbell Soup Company, but I think it really helped the employees.